Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
We nearly couldn't record today. It's a bit of a strange time in Queensland. Tell me about it.
Well, there's this big storm coming. We're a day away from it. And it's quite nerve-wracking, honestly, because when I watched the news this morning, it's coming straight for where I live. And it's something I've never experienced before. And as Brits, Hamish, we know nothing about cyclones. I mean, I remember the hurricane in about 1989, I think it was. And apart from that, I've never really been in a tropical storm, of course. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to fill the bath with water. Apparently, the water might get switched off. We've got candles. The electricity might go as well. I'm being very British about it and chin up everything will be all right, chap. But honestly, I'm not quite sure. We'll have to wait and see. By the time this episode comes out, we will find out, won't we?
And you said you went to the supermarket yesterday and it's looking barren. What are people stocking up on? Is it just loo roll and what's going on?
Yeah, it's very COVID up here at the moment. So there's lots of people, there's that kind of tense feeling in the supermarkets. There's people with trolleys full of bottled water and toilet roll and pasta and rice. That sort of COVID stress going on where everyone's prepared, but they're not really sure what for. It feels very odd, quite honestly.
And it's got quite a friendly name, as they often do these storms. Is it Alfred? Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred.
What's the word when it's like kind of de-weaponizing? You know, like you can't be scared of an Alfred.
Well, nothing's ever hit land in 50 years in southeast Queensland where I live. So people do feel a little bit underprepared. And I think that's what's scary about it is people don't know what to expect, like me. So
I saw the most Aussie newsreel yesterday, which was, storms coming. And then it's about a 3-minute newsreel, 2.5 minutes of it were interviewing surfers who could not be more excited that the swell is amazing at the time. They're like, we've been waiting for this day for years. I'm like, this is the worst storm in 50 years. But but the barrels.
The ocean was really wild yesterday, but the sun was out and it wasn't windy and it was like the clearest day we've had in ages. So it really was like the calm before the storm. It was quite weird, yeah. So yes, I'll let you all know how it all goes next week on Sober Awkward. Hopefully if I have electricity.
This is reading the title of this podcast episode, Vic. it strikes me that something must have happened to you this week other than buying Lou Roland water. What has inspired this episode?
What happened was, you know, when I was down in Sydney, you didn't turn up for the photo shoot and I had all those photos done by myself.
That's a harsh way of putting
in the
it.
streets
Yes.
of Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't turn up because that fucking baby was born and got in the way of all our plans. I got the photos this week, which were all lovely. Like the photographer was gorgeous. Hello, Neil. Hope you're well. The photos were gorgeous. But I do this thing, I've realised, okay, it's really weird. This might sound like a weird episode for a sobriety podcast, but I came up with the title, which is How to Look in the Mirror and Like What You See, because that is what I'm desperate to do. It's something that I'm missing in my sober life. So at the photo shoot, I bought all new outfits and I thought I looked great. The hair curlers weren't working, first of all, in the morning. So instead of having a curl, my hair just went, wah.
Okay.
The curls fell out.
Flop.
I was getting ready. It was 5 a.m. My face was puffy. My makeup was rubbish because I'm crap at doing makeup anyway. And the photos were great when I got them this week. But whenever I get photos, all I do is pick out everything that is wrong with me. A double chin here, wrinkles there, saggy boobs, and a spot on the end of my nose. I am literally going through them, focusing in, zooming in, and seeing what part of me I don't like. And no matter how good the pictures are, I pick on myself like a bully. I'm sort of bullying myself, pointing out all my faults. It is very annoying, and I don't like it about myself.
My question to do with this is, A, what has this got to do with sobriety? And B, was the last time you looked at the mirror and liked yourself pre-sobriety?
Okay, there was a year, 2000 and about 2006, where I was slim.
Okay.
Right.
This was pre-sobriety, 2006, yeah.
And I haven't been slim since. And I remember the confidence that that gave me. I'm not talking about weight here. I'm talking about me looking in the mirror and liking myself, okay? And I had lost some weight at that time. But for me today, it's not about my weight. I don't mind my weight. That's not the problem. It's just that there's a general feeling of not liking how I look. So in sobriety, I do like myself now. Okay, so I like my personality. Intrinsically, I like who I am. I like the boundaries I have in sobriety. I like how I can be an extrovert without alcohol. I like that I still socialise and dance and exercise and everything else that plods along next to sober life. But I've realised something strange, Hamish. No matter how sober I am, how much I love my own personality, I never get used to my own face or my body.
Do you feel like this is like a missing piece in the happiness of your sobriety?
Absolutely, I do. And I've only realised it this week. I mean, my husband's always telling me to sort of sort out my attitude towards myself, but I do feel like it's something I struggle with. And therefore, I'm guessing that there's a lot of people listening to this podcast that struggle with this too.
Yeah, this is obviously a big topic. Body image for all of us sort of seems to come up and is irritatingly connected to self-confidence. Like we want to disassociate those two things, but if you think like you've lost weight, someone tells you look great, and then you go, oh, great, it's because I lost weight. And we make these unhealthy connections quite often, and they're usually dependent on what other people think. You know? It's rare that if someone tells you look rank and you look in the mirror and go, actually, I'm hot today, you listen to yourself rather than the person that told you look rank, if that makes sense.
Well, it's funny, Hamish. For me, it's not about what other people think, actually. It's the opposite. It's what I think. And I know that in my sobriety, what I think is the only thing that really matters. And I think that's the problem. I don't care if a random person in the street thinks I'm overweight or thinks the spot in my nose is gross or whatever. I don't really care what other people think anymore. The problem here is what I think.
Okay. So if I zoom out, the way that body image is related to sobriety is because it's about how we feel about ourselves. We know that how we feel about ourselves can drive us to drink again, or it can inspire us to stay sober.
Totally. Yep. So today I want to find out why not only do I do this to myself, even though I know it's stupid, but also research ways into how to feel better about the way I look. I want to accept myself and my beautiful body, Hamish. I want to feel like my husband John feels about me, the way he loves my body. Basically, I want to write an episode that helps me and all the people out there that feel this to see if there are any simple ways to like ourselves a bit more without having months of intense therapy.
Brilliant.
Basically, we're doing a cheap like yourself episode.
I mean, I would say free rather than cheap. You can just have this one for free.
Yes.
If at the end of this episode you feel that we have cured you and you don't need therapy anymore, just wire us through the amount of money you would have spent on therapy. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, go to our Patreon page.
That's it. And just really empty your wallet. Today, we're going to dig into what sits at the core of picking out all of our so-called bad bits. Why do we do it? We wouldn't say it to a friend, so why do we badmouth ourselves? How on earth can we stop being total twats to ourselves?
Yes, Queen! I'm feeling like this episode is very JVN from Queer Eye today, Hamish. Sobriety, believe it or not, is all about self-love. Of course it is. Loving who you are inside and out. And that includes being positive about that wonderful vessel that carries you around.
I thought a good place to start is for us to have a countdown, a sort of bottom of the pops rundown of all the things we don't like about our bodies. This could get a little bit depressing, Vic, but at least we're going to be honest, okay? Vic, you're going to start. Top 10, please.
Okay, I've retitled it. It's not bottom of the tops. It's top of the flops or top of the flaps.
Top of the flaps is nice.
Coming in at number 10 is my tummy flap, which is why, of course, I've called it top of the flaps. It hangs down over my knickers and I hate it. Nobody wants to know that, though, do they really? But I have had 3 C-sections, Hamish, so, what am I supposed to do?
Was the flap around pre-section?
Pretty much.
Okay, so
The flap's always been around. I've always had a fat tummy. Yeah,
you have
anyway.
said that before. You have told me that.
Yeah, my double chin, my slightly more yellow front tooth. I've got one more yellow than the other. My tiny ears, ridiculous. My ears are too small. My flat bottom, my floppy, saggy tits. My witch's teeth, bottom row. My trunk, like waist.
Right.
Trunk.
Wow.
As my dad used to call me, the fridge. Yeah, like a tree trunk. My pointy chin and my stubby nose. Do you like those?
No, it pains me to even hear you speak about yourself like that. I would write a stern letter to someone that spoke to you like that in front of me.
I don't think those things when I look in the mirror, but if I was to zoom in on how I feel, those are the things that I would go, okay, actually, I would like to change those things. I never would. But those are the things that would stick out to me. And when I saw those photographs this week, I think it's something to do with aging as well. It's you expect to look a certain way and you always, for some reason, expect to look 20 years younger than you are. Yeah. And when I go through life day to day, I'm just wandering around. I feel good about myself. I will say that. I feel good about myself. I feel confident. It's only when I'm shown myself, I think, I go, oh gosh, I actually don't look like I expected to there. I'm different than I thought I was. And I thought I was looking good today. And actually I'm looking like I'm nearly 50, which of course I nearly am. So it's really shocking that over time, this sounds odd, that you don't grow with your face or your body. Your mind doesn't connect. Yeah. Yes, your expectations don't connect. It's like, well, I know I'm getting older and I know I'm going to change and I know I'm going to get more wrinkles, but it's still a shock for me, which I don't know why that doesn't evolve naturally as we grow older, that we just like ourselves even more. It seems like a shame.
Can I ask a quick question before you go on? Is this feeling specific to seeing photographs of yourself? Or is it when you look in the mirror brushing your teeth in the morning?
It's just when I'm confronted with myself. For example, if I'm taking a photograph and the camera is around the wrong way, and then I see, oh my God, there's me, and it's like an awful angle, and I'm looking down and there's 10 chins and it's like this hideous monster. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I look like. It's like a reminder. It's like age tapping me on the shoulder and going, turn around for a sec. You're not who you thought you were. And it can be quite hard, especially for women, I think.
Funnily enough, Liz is going through a similar thing at the moment. So having just given birth, none of her clothes fit her. So she wants to go out, but then she gets dressed and she has to get changed lots of times because things don't fit. And then she looks herself in the mirror and she's like, I don't even want to go out looking like this. And then we don't go out. And that's not a healthy place to be. She knows that logically, I've just had a baby. It's fine for me to not look my best. But something in your brain kicks in, like you said, you expect to look like you did when you were 20 and going to the gym every day and didn't have any kids and a non-stressful job. and you beat yourself up about it.
I love it that you think I went to the gym every day in my 20s.
Well, you go to the gym more now than ever.
I definitely was less fit and less healthy in my 20s than I am now. I'm definitely fitter and healthier than I have ever been in my whole life. And I will admit, it wasn't easy to come up with all of those things that I don't like about myself. So I think I probably actually hate myself 50% less than I thought I really did, because it was hard for me to really pinpoint those things.
I did feel like
But I think-
tiny ears, you were really scraping the barrel. I mean, your ears are just fine.
I don't know whether people would go for a night out with me and go home and say, oh my God, did you see Vic's ears? They are really small. What a weirdo.
If she had bigger ears, she would be hot. But she is not, because you've got tiny child ears.
The other thing is that I don't really notice, okay, we're just going to get into it here. I don't really notice other people's bodies or anything on their face or spots or saggy bottoms or saggy boobs. I don't notice these things in other people. So I know that they probably don't notice them in me. So it's funny that we care, because actually if I see my friend, even if she's got makeup on or has just got back from the gym, generally when I see someone I know, I just think they look gorgeous. And I always have to stop myself saying it to everybody of my friends that I meet, because I'm like, oh, you look amazing today. Look how fantastic you look. Because of course, really, life isn't about how you look on the outside. It's about how you're feeling. Like somebody can look amazing on the outside and be dying on the inside, quite honestly. So I find it hard to differentiate between who I am inside and who I am outside, and which person is struggling. There's a struggle going on within me, and I can't pinpoint the reason why or how to get over it. And I'm hoping that you are now going to reveal all the horrible things about yourself, but let's go outside of the genitalia, Haim.
Oh, see, the micropenis is one thing that I did love about myself, but now I'm feeling as though I need to add it to my list. And plus, you've just said you don't look at people and judge them and see their bad bits, and yet my micropenis sticks in your mind. So
It's better than it sticking in my ear.
couldn't get it in your ear, you could get it in anyone else's ear. Okay, right. I was tempted to say, you know what, I thought long and hard about this, but I couldn't think of a single point. But then I thought that might rub your face in it a bit more and, make you feel worse than you already are. So I've come up with 6. I thought I'm not going to stretch it to 10 and include things like ears. So I'll do 6 good ones rather than 6 good and 4 made up ones.
Are you going to mention that you are very lanky and you're a very spotty botty boy?
Do lankiness or spotty bottiness come up? I don't think either of those come up. Okay, actually, what's that? That's the 7, 8. Okay, so I should have 9. Number 6. I guess this is sort of connected to lankiness. I have pathetic legs. I often say, I think I've admitted it on this podcast, that the biggest backhanded compliment I've received throughout my life is when a girl will say, I wish I had legs like you. And I feel like I'm trying to take that as a compliment, but I know that it's probably not a compliment for a 6'3" guy. To give you an idea, obviously this is a podcast, so you can't see, my thighs are the same width as my kneecaps and my ankles. It's just one line. There is zero definition at all. Number 5, I have a really unique and quite weird looking belly button, like a Rice Krispie. I did nearly lose it last year when I had my appendix out and they said, we might have to cut this. And I was like, that is my saving grace. I mean, if I don't have tattoos, right? So if something terrible happened to me and a family member needs to identify me, the belly button, that's the one thing that I've got that no one else has got, a weird Rice Krispie on my belly button. I don't necessarily hate it, but no one has ever seen one like it, and everyone agrees that it's a bit weird.
I think your tattoo of Craig David might give you away, quite honestly.
Sorry, yeah, I do have that one. Not many of us out here have got the full facial of Craig David on the big bit of my back.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm Craig David.
It's a bit like Steve-O's one. I've got that of Craig David giving a thumbs up in the middle of my back. Number 4, I've got about 4 chest hairs. And to be honest, I don't really know what to do with them. Do I persevere and expect them to grow into like a semi-acceptable bush? Even the fact I'm 34, I think that time might have gone. Or do I just pluck them and cut my losses? A bit like your grandma's top lip. Like she hasn't got a moustache, but she should shave those bits. You know what I mean?
He's actually talking about my grandmother.
Not your grandma specifically, but I don't know if I wanted to throw my own grandma under the table. I'll just say some grandmas have got more facial hair than they should have, but you can't say anything, which is what my wife's doing. She's not going, let's get rid of that chest hair. I don't know what to do with it. It's just a bit pathetic and it doesn't look good. Okay. Anyway, that's my chest hair. Number 3, I don't like the sound of my voice, which is bad given that our job is half speaking and then actually the rest, and let's admit more than half, is editing our voices. So we have to re-listen to this shit over and over again.
We do.
I understand that's not really a body image thing, but it does affect the way I look at myself. So I thought I would include it in my top 6. I know that I sound like a posh, privileged, public boarding school kid. And I know people come up with their own preconceived judgments of what that means. And they may choose to hate me for those judgments. And I don't like that.
That's exactly how I feel. That is exactly.
Yeah. You've persevered though. You just gritted your teeth.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm done with subscriptions. Streaming, fitness, razors, vitamins. I've got subscriptions for everything in my life. They lock you in, and half the time, I can't figure out how to unsubscribe. That's why I'm so excited about the new Blue Apron. Now you can get delicious meals delivered with no subscription needed, including new pre-made options. Keep the flavor, ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Got your pinky ring out today, Hamish, you posh schoolboy twat.
I used to have one of those. And I got rid of it because that added to the identity crisis. So it's actually, in all honesty, it's one of the reasons I left England. Because in England, people know what type of school I went to and what type of jobs my parents have had because of my accent. Whereas in Australia, you're just another English prick.
I think that's more about identity than body image.
It is. I tried to slip it in because it is about the way I think about myself. So I thought I could cheat the system a little bit. But anyway, I thought I'd include it.
We'll do another episode about that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I could do your fucked up identity.
Number 2, I don't like the way I hold myself. I've got rounded shoulders. I stoop a little bit when I sit. Also, if I'm talking to someone less tall than me and then someone takes a photo and I see that photo, I've got awful posture. And I don't know if that may be related to the lanky thing. Maybe I'm trying to make myself small, or I don't have great hearing, so I'm trying to stoop down to the level. I feel like I don't own the space with regards to my body posture. I look stooped and a bit awful. That's that one. And then number 1, obviously, I've got a big nose, huge nose. I got it from my dad. It dominates my face. There's not much I could do about it. I mean, I could get a nose job. I don't think that is me, talking about identity. I do think I've got a heightened sense of smell as a result of it, which could be seen as a benefit. Obviously, it's not working with you because I have to take in all of your fumes, which are not great. So I appreciate us doing these remotely now. So, yeah, I would say maybe that is my number 1. Big old nose.
Isn't that funny, Hamish? Because like you felt about my negative aspects of how I feel about myself. When you read those out, I just think they're bloody ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, your nose is what makes you your face. Like, that's what I like about you, is your nose. That it would be boring, Hamish. You'd be just really good looking if you had a smaller nose.
Yeah, whereas with it, I'm a clear 4 out of 10.
No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean? These things are so minor in the grand scheme of things. I never think about how you look. I just think about how you act and how kind you are and how nice you are and how thoughtful you are. I never think, oh, Hamish has got a big nose. I only take the piss out of you for the podcast. But it's clear here that Hamish loves himself more than me, I would think. And I think that statistically, Hamish, is because women actually are more unkind about their bodies than men. In fact, it's believed that 98% of women hate something about themselves and want to change it.
Yeah, that is a depressing stat. I'm going to ask a strange question, and it might oversimplify this entire situation, Vic, but What do you feel as if is keeping you from liking the way you look?
It's a really good question, Hamish. I don't know. I try, but when I got those photos back, I really find it hard to see and accept who I am now. I want to. I don't want to not like myself. But because I'm aging, it's a shock to see myself change. I'm always hoping I will go back and look like I did, or be thinner, or have better skin, or less stocky and everything else. It's when I'm confronted with myself, it's like I sort of know who I am. I'm going to ask the opposite of you now. How come you're so good? I know we listed all that stuff about ourselves that we don't like, but you are pretty good at accepting how you look, Hamish, and how do you do it?
The honest answer is quite a shallow one, really, which is that I've been told enough times by people that I am reasonable to good looking to believe it. Like, I know I'm not the worst or the best looking person in most rooms. I wasn't at school, I wasn't at university, and I guess I know that we preach that you can't sort of allow the opinions of others to infiltrate your own beliefs too much, and that's not what it's about. But I'm not perfect, and I guess I'm allowed myself to believe that enough in a way that it kind of benefits me. You know, I'm okay with the way that I look. Another shallow proof of this is that I have only had 3 girlfriends in my life, well, 2 girlfriends and then a wife, I guess. And they are all stunning human beings. So if they think I'm all right enough, then I must be all right enough.
It proves nothing, Hamish.
Yeah.
They both got eyesight problems. They've all got eyesight
all
problems.
made one mistake with regards to their relationships.
Yeah.
I think I'm also confident in the type of person that I am. I feel as though I know what my strengths and my weaknesses are at this point. And I feel like that confidence in myself has somehow rolled into how I look at myself physically. I think those two things are connected. The truth is that I'm happy enough with what I see in the mirror. I can look good on some days. I can look bloody awful on others. And I've married an unbelievable human being who thinks I'm good looking enough to stick with me for the next, hopefully, 60 to 80 years. So okay. I'm taking confidence in that. I know that is quite shallow. I know that is not a deep-rooted belief in self-confidence. That's the honest truth.
But what you're saying is you hear what people say to you and it sinks in.
Yes, whereas you do not listen to John, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people tell me I look nice and look pretty and don't you look gorgeous and all of these things all of the time, Hamish. Well, not all of the time, not all day, every day, but it just doesn't sink in for me. That's the difference between you and I. So you are basing your own self-confidence on opinions of others that have sunk into your skin and made you go, okay, I'm all right.
I think so.
And that's good enough for me.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I know where I sit on the hot scale. And it ain't at the top or the bottom, and I'm all right with that.
So this feeling that I have, Hamish, I've had a bit of a read up on it, and it's called body dissatisfaction. Let's unpack this term a little bit and find out why so many people, especially women, struggle to love their bodies.
Body dissatisfaction among women is a multifaceted issue rooted in a variety of societal, cultural, and personal factors. Although every individual's experience is obviously unique, several recurring themes can help explain why many women often feel unhappy with their bodies.
Okay, let's start with societal beauty standards. For decades, media and culture have perpetuated a narrow and often unattainable ideal of beauty. I feel this deeply, Hamish. This is what makes me feel not good enough. Women are bombarded with images that celebrate a specific body type, often characterised by thinness, youth and flawless skin, while sidelining the rich diversity of real bodies. I would say I have a very real body, Haim. This constant exposure to an unrealistic standard can lead to a persistent feeling of inadequacy and self-doubt. I just want to have a chat about this, like pause here. I don't see people that look like people on TV very often.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I met Robbie Williams once, okay? I have never seen anyone that looked like him in my whole life. He glowed. He was so beautiful. I mean, it was in the late 90s. He was still young. He was glowing. And there's certain people you see, you're like, oh my gosh, that is the standard that we are expected to reach. This standard of beauty and looks that is paraded in front of us from the moment we are born. This is what you should look like. And everything that's based on what's going on with me is because of that. It's because of me flicking through my mum's glossy magazines as a kid. It's because of me watching TV shows, people on Instagram. I absorb a lot of media personally. I watch a lot of movies. I love sitting and watching Netflix. I read the papers. I'm constantly bombarding myself actually with body image and what is okay and what is not. And for me, I am not what is expected a woman to look like and to be adored. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're comparing yourself to 20 and 30-year-old celebrities.
Yeah, I am because that's all I see. And it's a bit like giving up drinking. You try to give up, but then suddenly it's everywhere. So I feel like I try to like myself and I make progress and I feel good. And then I see myself and I'm like, oh, I'm not that. Okay, I'm not good enough. I'm never what I should be. It sounds awful, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sounds awful. What's the cure to that? You're not ever watching a film or a TV show, not ever going on Instagram. That's bloody hard to do. Yes, it would help, but that is bloody hard to do. And in truth, what you're describing is one of my biggest fears now that I've had a daughter. Because I think, like you said earlier, I think women certainly do this more so or to a more extreme extent than men. Men do it. But I hate these magazines and there's an advert on the back of buses here at the moment. And the models in it are entirely fake. I'm like, why are these the models? You know, they're stick thin. They got huge fake boobs. They got huge fake lips. They've got, just everything is done. I'm like, I'm terrified that my daughter, or really any girl, will look at that and go, I don't look like that. I need to lose weight. I need to start spending some money on my face and on my body because that's the goal. And, you know, I don't judge anyone for spending money on their bodies if it makes you feel better, but I fear that if you don't feel good about yourself and spend money on yourself, I don't know if that goal is constantly moving. You know, you're never going to be Kim Kardashian. So I need to do a little bit more money. I need to be a little bit thinner. I need to do a little bit more of this. And I feel like the goalposts are moving and it's hard to feel good about yourself. Like that is honestly one of my greatest fears, is that my daughter will reach, you know, teenage age and just be depressed that she doesn't look like whoever the celeb is at the time who are all meant to look like. I think there's so much comparison, and for the most part, women that are celebrated as being hot have had that work done, you know, particularly today. There's not many that haven't, as far as I can tell. Fake teeth, bums, boobs, lips, liposuction, Botox, whatever it is, you name it. Then, of course, there's filters. There's other little cheats that people are doing on the photos they post. There's entire camera crews who make you look amazing on these films. You are bombarded, and we know that the joy thief that is comparison is kind of inevitable in today's society. I hate it, and I hate that is normalized and unavoidable in today's world.
It's a general feeling of not being good enough. I think that's what it leaves behind. It's not clear. It's like smoke and mirrors. It's like, okay, I think I'm all right. I'm doing well. I'm healthy. I'm drinking enough water. I'm doing this. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing that. But still, there's this underlying feeling, I think, for a lot of women of just not quite making it. And even the most beautiful women in the world, even the most gorgeous women still feel that feeling. I'm absolutely loving Pamela Anderson at the moment, who's going to all the awards with no makeup on. Like, and I think she looks so much more beautiful than anybody else there. She is really leading the charge on that, which I think is incredible. But another reason this dissatisfaction happens is because of diet culture, Hamish. I think diet culture has a profound impact on body image. The constant messaging around weight loss, miracle diets and fitness regimes instills a sense of failure in one's own body, and it makes you want to conform to the ideals. I know I'm always on a bloody diet for some reason or another.
You've done all of them, really. You've literally done every single one that I know of.
Doesn't make a difference what diet I'm on. I'm still stuffing my face with cinnamon-covered donuts at 6 p.m. every night because I get fed up. I get fed up of being on diets, and I knew I need to have a lifestyle choice. But Hamish, I did go for my diabetes test results yesterday, and I'm still under, so that's good.
Good.
I don't stuff myself with cinnamon donuts all the time, but I am trying to control my diabetes. I am pre-diabetic with weight, diet and exercise, and I am managing to do that. So that is good. So I am healthy, but I've done keto, I've done Atkins, I've done fasting, I've done a cabbage soup diet, I've done paleo, I've done Dukan, you name it. But funnily enough, I'm only realising this as I say it, my body has never really changed. Through years of dieting, I've stayed the same. Same shape as my parents, same shape as my grandparents, and probably the same shape as my great-great-grandparents. But still, I'm trying to change something that is probably intrinsically generational to me. We are all the same size. We are all the same height. I know it's easy to get into those fad diets too, Hamish. I know you do them too. It's hard to see where the line is drawn between deciding to be healthy and it being something that you do to change the way you look. I know you go to the gym a lot, but do you find yourself comparing your body to other people there?
Well, I'll get to that one in a second. With regards to the diet thing, the only one I've ever done is trying to go sugar-free, which I achieved for a bit. I felt amazing about it. Then I went back, and now I'm sort of, it's kind of like alcohol, sugar to me. So I'm now trying to moderate. And that means yesterday I had an ice cream in bed. So it's bloody hard to moderate sugar, just like it's bloody hard to moderate alcohol. And weirdly, I found it easier to be completely off sugar. I followed this Australian author, Sarah Wilson. She's got a cookbook, and I followed her like 40-day program or 30-day program where you're not even allowed fruit or yogurt. And that, strangely, was easier than what I'm doing now, which is like trying to cut down and moderating. So that's the one diet that I keep coming back to. I want to do less sugar.
Can we just interrupt you? I think that's because we are trying to moderate addictive substances.
Yes.
When it comes down to the nitty gritty, I think that's the case.
And the only way I can do the sugar one, and I'm sure lots of people who still live with a drinking partner will relate to this, I can only do it if Liz does it. I know I could not sit in bed eating chickpeas while she sits in bed with a Magnum ice cream. I will never, ever be able to achieve that goal. So I need to get her on board. Well, she's been pregnant for ages and now she's got a newborn, but she wants to. We actually said to ourselves yesterday as we finished the ice cream, like, we have to finish this box and then we're not buying any more. As soon as these ice creams are done, we are done. Because if there's sugar or alcohol in the house, that is getting drunk. That's too much for us to overcome.
But there's no one that deserves a chocolate chip muffin more than a breastfeeding mother,
true.
Hamish.
Well,
That's the problem.
I'm not getting in the way of that. I am not getting in the way of that. But with regards to the gym, the reason I go is not so much to get ripped, but because Liz loves it so much. Like there's a clear pre-gym Liz and post-gym Liz. And funny enough, she's just started going again this week. And it is chalk and cheese with regards to her mental health. She feels so good even for just making it in, particularly when you've got a newborn. You feel like you can really pat yourself on the back and other people in there are going, oh, it's amazing you're back. And, the baby's so small. So I sort of went as a thing that Liz and I could do together that isn't parenting. Like the baby comes and sleeps in the corner and Liz and I can dance and chat and do something healthy together. But with regards to comparison, what I've learned about the gym and looking around a gym floor is that, kind of like with you in diets, like no matter how much I go, I am never going to be heavy set. I'm never going to have pecs. I'm never going to have huge legs. I'm always going to have these pathetic little things. I'm not built that way. Like you and your parents, your grandparents, that's just not my genetic makeup. My arms might get a little bit bigger. They're the one thing that seems to change shape. But you're never going to see me topless on a magazine cover, right? That's not the person that I am, and I've made my peace with that.
I don't think that's who I want to be either. That's the funny thing. Like you saying that's just reminded me, like, I don't want to be that person. I don't really care that I'm not, a really famous model. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. I think all it is it's more baseline than that. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's more this baseline feeling of just generally not being pretty enough, which is really horrible. It's even almost worse because, you can accept that you're never going to be famous and you're never going to be this and never going to be this bandangly person that somebody else is. But then there's this other feeling that sits, it's almost like a dormant volcano that sits beneath me that just kind of eeks at me and I don't even know it's there, which is like, you are not good enough.
Well, that is connected to identity, isn't it? Because it's an unachievable goal. It's not if I make $1 million, I'll feel good, or if I, reach this level in my career, I'll feel good. You're saying that you could go on a diet and lose loads of weight and get a six pack, and that's not it. That is not the issue here. It's the way that you feel about yourself, which is a much deeper rooted problem.
It's definitely, I've still got work to do here, Haim. Another reason you might not feel like your body is good enough is because of your family and peer pressure and influences. From an early age, some people might receive subtle and sometimes overt messages about the importance of appearance. Comments from family members, peers and teachers, whether critical or well-intentioned, can shape a person's self-image. Over time, I reckon, Haim, those experiences would probably contribute to a deep-seated belief that self-worth is closely tied to physical appearance. Tell me about your parents, Haim, quickly. What language was used in your house around body image?
I can't actually remember a single time that body image was ever discussed in my house. My mum is very much like, her boys are perfect. So I'm sure we were told we looked good, but never remarks on like our bodies. Was that different in your house?
Hamish, before I go into what the language was in my house, I think we can wrap this episode up because we've warbled quite a lot about this. It's obviously something that's quite massive in all our lives, actually. I think we don't talk about this enough on how we all actually feel about ourselves. But I think next episode, we're going to go into how you can feel good about yourself and give you some top tips. This episode was more about how crap we both feel and how awful society is and all of the problems that we face on a day-to-day basis. But I hope we pick it up in the next episode, Hamish, don't you?
That's it. Please stick with us so it's not just a depressing slog of an episode. We're going to bring it back round next week. We promise you.
So yeah, tune in next week and we're going to find out how to actually be satisfied with our bodies, and we're going to give you some amazing tips on how to look in the mirror and actually like yourself. Believe it or not.
See you then.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
When you think of skyrocketing brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, it's easy to credit their success to great products, sleek branding, and brilliant marketing. But here's the overlooked secret. The real magic lies in the engine behind the scenes, the business powering their business. For millions of brands, that engine is Shopify, making selling seamless for them and shopping effortless for us. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Aloe Yoga uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/retail, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/retail to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/retail.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously,
It wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.